Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike, and this is your 2025 predictions video. In this video, I am going to give you 5 things that I think are going to happen in 2025. I have looked into my crystal ball and I have found 5 key talking points. What are they? And are you going to believe point number 5? Well, stay tuned and find out. We're going to go through them in order. Some of them are predictions of prices, some of them are predictions of what I think is going to happen next year with Trump coming into power. Others are completely left field. So, without further ado, let's get into it. But before we do, can I please ask you to like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse and help us grow the channel? Number 1 then, the Bitcoin price. What is it going to get to, and when are we going to get to all-time highs at the end of this bull run? Well, let me start off with giving you where I thought Bitcoin was going to go about 2 years ago, and that was $114,000. That's the price I thought we were going to get to when we first started streaming. Now that has changed somewhat, simply because we have the ETFs. And what the ETFs have done is they have given an inflation to the price of Bitcoin by some £30,000, $30,000, 30,000 euros, whatever your denomination is. I think Bitcoin is $30,000 ahead of where it should be. Now, given this, my prediction was 114,000 for the end of the bull run. I think we will top out in November 2025 at just under $150,000. Now, many people are calling for $250,000, $300,000. I think we will push above the 115 and get somewhere towards $150,000. I think the market cap of crypto, I think the market cap of Bitcoin can sustain that push towards the end of next year. However, along the way, we are going to have some corrections, and I'm going to make another video about that. That is prediction number 1, 150,000 by November 2025. Number 2, the next ETF. This year has been a success. We have had the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs. Both have been a success in one way, shape or the other. The Bitcoin ETF has led to BlackRock and the other ETFs overtaking Satoshi's wallet of 1 million Bitcoin. And between MicroStrategy, Satoshi and the ETFs, they now hold millions and millions of Bitcoin. So what's going to be the next on the horizon? Many people are calling for XRP, many people are calling for Solana, and that I understand. But my choice is Litecoin. My second prediction then of 2025 is the Litecoin will become the next ETF. Why? Very simply put, Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin. It is proof of work. So all the problems that we have seen with VC-backed projects, none of that exists with Litecoin. So I think if we are looking towards February, March or April next year, Litecoin will be the first ETF of 2025 approved. And by the end of 2025, I do expect Solana and XRP to be approved. But my first pick for April, May 2025 is Litecoin. My third prediction is somewhat of a market shift rather than a specific price or a specific time. And that is profit, not speculation. As most of you will know from watching this channel, we do not really try and chase the next pump. We try and stick to projects with solid fundamentals. I have been backing Cardano and XRP for 2 years when most other influencers had given up on both. We are now in a situation where Charles Hoskinson is aiding the Trump administration. We have Brad Garlinghouse and XRP launching its own stablecoin and being involved with Trump's administration as well via Charles. Why is that important? Because as I have been saying on this channel for so long, it is important to remember the history of new technology. If you go back to the dawn of the internet and you look at projects that launched then, you had sexy, snazzy projects that never made any money. They disappeared when the VC funds ran out. So you have to back the horses that make a profit. And for me, the likes of XRP, the likes of Chainlink, the likes of some of the layer 2s like Polygon, Optimism, Arbitrum, the likes of Ethereum, the likes of Bitcoin, the major blue chip projects, they are the ones that are going to succeed. And ask yourself a question. Is your favorite AI meme coin going to be here in 4 years' time? Or is Chainlink going to be here? Or Pith? Or Jupiter? Are they going to be here in 4 years' time? Because if I had to put my mortgage on which would be a success, it would clearly be the profit-making businesses. So my pick for next year is going to be profit-making projects. They were going to have the best bull run. Look at the projects that are listed on all the major exchanges. Look at the projects that have a track record of making profits. Look at the projects that have solid roadmaps and have real-life integration. You cannot look further than the likes of Solana or XRP or Cardano as your top 3 outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. They all have real-world usage, they all have real-world applications, and in the case of Cardano, they have a seat at the table of the Trump administration. So my pick number 3 is to back the horses that make a profit. Don't back the horses that have never run and are pure speculation. My 4th pick is then the Trump administration. Now, we all know that Trump stood up and said that he wanted to create a Bitcoin reserve, and we all know that Powell stood up and said that they are not allowed to hold anything such as Bitcoin in their reserves. So, January the 20th, Trump inauguration. Some people are claiming that we are going to pump. I think we are likely to see a correction around about the middle to end of January, but that is for a different video. What about the strategic reserve, and why have I picked this as a prediction when clearly it's going to happen? I do not believe that Donald Trump is going to create a single currency reserve. I think he is going to take, over the next 12 to 18 months, he is going to take counsel and consider creating a basket of crypto assets for his reserve. Of course, Bitcoin is going to be number 1, but I don't think he's going to stop there. So my prediction for 2025 is we are going to see more than just Bitcoin in the strategic reserve. And I'm not saying it's going to start next year. I'm going to say that the rumors and the stories and potentially Trump himself are going to come out and talk about it. What would those strategic reserves involve? Well, you just have to look at who he is talking to, and I refer you to point 3. I think Cardano, I think XRP are 2 absolute certainties to be involved. Remember, a national reserve, a strategic reserve, the reserve currencies, it's never one singular thing. If you look at the reserve currency of the world, for example, the dollar makes up 55 to 60%. It doesn't make up 100%. There is a basket of currencies. There is the pound, there is the euro, there is the yen, there are many other things involved. So I expect rumors to come out next year that the strategic reserve will become a crypto asset strategic reserve. That is my prediction number 4. And finally, number 5. This is probably the most contentious one of all, and the one that is likely to happen within the next 4 weeks. I believe Joe Biden is on a pardoning spree. He is pardoning people left, right, and centre. So my wild card for 2025 is Sam Bankman-Fried being pardoned by Joe Biden. Now, we all know what Sam Bankman-Fried did. We all know that he led to the downfall of FTX. It almost took Solana with it. We know it damaged the crypto industry, but did it really put us back? It coincided with our bear market. Maybe we dipped a lot lower on Solana. Maybe we dipped a little bit lower. Maybe that's why we've had the most brutal bear market that we've ever seen. But at the end of the day, it still happened during the bear market. Now, why would Joe Biden, why would Sleepy Joe pardon Sam Bankman-Fried? One reason and one reason alone. Sam Bankman-Fried is the second largest donor in the history of the Democrat Party. That is why I believe that Joe Biden, at the beginning of 2025, if not sooner, maybe in the next week, he will pardon Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, of the 5 that I have given you, this is the least likely, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. If he can pardon his son, he can pardon Sam Bankman-Fried. So they are my 5 picks. What do you think then? Number 1, of course, Bitcoin 2025 top will be 150,000 in November 2025. Number 2, the next ETF will be Litecoin. Number 3, look at the projects that have run this race before, look at the projects making profits, and look at the projects that are listed on all the major exchanges: Binance, Crypto.com, Gate.io, Huobi, KuCoin, whatever it might be. Those are the projects that are going to do incredibly well. Then the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, that's my 4th pick. I think that's going to become the strategic reserve of crypto assets. I think Trump is going to add to it. I don't think it's going to stay Bitcoin, but I'm not saying that this is going to happen in 2025. I think the rumors will start in 2025. And finally, pick number 5 from my crystal ball is Sam Bankman-Fried will be pardoned. That's it. Thank you for watching, and most of all, thank you for supporting Crypto Warehouse. We have hit almost 200,000 followers this year. So if you haven't done, please can I ask you to subscribe, like and follow the channel, help us grow and help us make 2025 the most life-changing year yet for you in crypto. You, as always, have been great. I have been Mike. Until the next video, adios.